Hi, this is Tom Heston. This is different types of clinical research design. This is information for very basic learners. So, first, case reports. These are single studies of single patients, typically helpful to identify a new disease or new condition. Number two, ecologic. This looks at a person in perspective to their surroundings, how the human condition fits in the entire world, the global environment, ecology. Number three, cross-sectional. This assesses a group of people via personal interview, survey, or examination to determine if they have had the disease and to determine if they have had the exposure. It's good in that exposure and disease are measured in the same person. It's good at measuring prevalence. Cross-sectional, you just cut something in a cross-section. It's a single point of time. Con, it can only measure prevalent cases, which may exclude those who die soon after the disease manifests itself. Also, temporal relationships cannot be established. Number four, case control, an observational study comparing the history of exposure in cases compared with the history of exposure in the controls. This is a retrospective type of research design. Subjects are selected based upon disease status. Then their history is obtained, and we look for the cause of the disease. The controls should be representative of the healthy population. On the negative side, it can examine multiple exposures but only one outcome. Also, appropriate controls are hard to find, and you're unable to determine the incidence, which is the number of new cases per period of time, typically a year. Number five, cohort study. This is a group, cohort. You can examine multiple outcomes of single exposure. You can determine temporal relationships between exposure and disease. Subjects are selected based upon exposure. Okay, remember in case control, subjects were selected based upon disease. In cohort, subjects are selected based upon exposure status. They do not have the disease at baseline. You are able to determine the incidence of disease in exposed and unexposed groups. Over time, see who gets the disease. This can be assembled in the present and followed into the future. That's a concurrent cohort, meaning start now, look at people over time. It also can be identified from past records and followed forward, a historical cohort, as you look back. Number six, a randomized clinical trial. Number seven, modifiers, prospective versus retrospective. B, single or double-blinded versus an open study. And thank you very much. Please visit nuclearwiki.com.